Hi friends, welcome back to my crafty desk. Sandra here at Blossom and Inspire, and today we have another haul video. I have many haul videos. I know I say that on every on every video, but I do. I have so much more stuff to show you, my friends, that I have been shopping like a mad woman, and as well as my husband, because he helps me. Thank you, Jason. Let's give him a round of applause. Anyways, so we'll be having haul videos forever, I think. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start off with welcome, and welcome to all my new subscribers, all of our new friends here. Thank you for choosing to come hang out with us, to subscribe, to comment, like the videos. I appreciate it so much. As every YouTuber says, I think almost all of them says, giving a thumbs up is really a wonderful compliment to the channel creator. It really helps our algorithms, from what I understand. I don't really know, but I think it does. I've seen an influx in subscribers since thumbs up thumbs have been, and comments have been going in. Anyways, oh my gosh, my friends, let me get started. So I don't know how many parts this haul video is going to be, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. This was during one of our grandkids swaps. So we've been spending the summer of 2025 swapping out grandkids for other grandkids. We have over a dozen of them, and they love to come here and spend time in the summer. So we took Lainey and Liliana home, and then picked up Abel, Ezra, and then Laker decided to join also. So yeah, so I have Laker's 16, Ezra and Abel 7 and 10. And we went thrifting on the way home. Now, the boys, I will say right now, do not like it as much as the girls. So let's get but outside of that, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with this. The first thing I want to show you, and I've already laundered these pieces. Well, first let's start with this because we have this on top. I don't know if the camera picks this up very well, but this is like an embossed. I think it is picking it up. So it's got the leaves on there. I don't know if it was ever used. It is taped, and it's got a pretty straight line right there. Fabric ribbon. I just thought it was really pretty, so I picked it up. There's several estate sales that we hit on this trip. I have them all mixed in together. And all I can tell you is that I am a fantastic shopper, my friends. I feel like I'm a fantastic shopper. I have my tricks, and I have tricks and things. Well, not really tricks, I would say, but I have techniques. There we go. I have techniques that I use when shopping, when estate sales shopping. My biggest pro tip for anyone that's looking for the best bargain is to go on the last day of the sale. I like to do the last day of the sale for two reasons. One, I don't see anything that I thought I had to have, so I don't feel like I'm losing out. And two, I get the very best pricing deals ever. And most of them are generally at least 50% off on what's left, but honestly, you can get better deals than that. It just depends on where you're going, I suppose. The places I seem to be able to shop at, I'm able to get the very best deals. With that being said, let me tell you, all these estate sales that we hit this time were not on the last day, not one of them. And it was very surprising to me on the days that we went that they were in the first and second day of their sales, which means it was full price. Everything they wanted full price. While I was still buying in bulk, I just waited, and I made sure that I wasn't around other shoppers when I would try to do my negotiation, because on the first day of the sale, they're trying to get top dollar, right? So because I'm buying in such a large bulk and I'm in a short time frame because I'm traveling, I bring that to their attention as well, and and they will either be able to work with me or not. So luckily they were working with me. Yay, another round of applause. I was kidding. So anyhow, I found these ribbons. I love it when I find these kind of ribbons that already have that little lace piece in there. Let me take this pin out so I can show you. It's so pretty. And it's got that nice soft shabby chic pink. Just absolutely adore it. It actually reminds me of, I'm going to start calling it avocado pink, because when I dye my avocado papers, I get that really pretty pink. And I was actually just talking to a friend of mine, a friend of ours, Khadija. Hi, Khadija. And we were talking about coffee dyeing and avocado dyeing, and I was saying I never really thought about it, but my light papers that I get, I just do not use baking soda. I use strictly avocado peels, cleaned out, and I dry mine actually because I save them up, and the seed, and I boil. I bring it to a boil. I simmer it at a nice boil for about an hour. And then if I want my color lighter, I just add more water. But if I want the really dark colors, when I add the baking soda. I learned that with you, my friends. I think you remember my little science experience. Anyways, experiment. It was an experience. So I love these kind of ribbons too with the little edges. I think they are really pretty in tassels, for ties, for just all sorts of things, adding sewing to sew onto the edges of paper, just all kinds of things. So I found these really pretty colors, grabbed those. You set that aside, no rolling around. And then there was this basket of all these linens, and they had them on the basket. Now, even on full price day, I think they were like, what did they want? $3? Was it $4? $4. It was $4 a piece. And I thought it was half off. So I was like, I don't want to pay $2 a piece, but I'm going to grab as many as I can, and I'm going to work this into my deal. Well, guess what? It wasn't even 50% off. I did get a really good deal. Otherwise, I would not have had these in my stack. Trust me. So there are going to be some little discrepancies here and there because they are definitely used linens. This feels like a really pretty crochet piece right here. It's very thin. And then it's got this really pretty linen-y, I don't know, I really don't know my fabrics, so if you know the name of this type of fabric with the lines and things in it, then please put it in the description box. Everybody wants to know. I've noticed that some of these stitches on some of them might be a little loose, but how beautiful to go over a cover of a book, of a journal. If your journal's not super, let me get my little measuring thing here. So let's see, how big is this? This measures, let me go over here to this side. This measures 12 by 8. Isn't that a beautiful size? So you can flip it in half for a 6 by 8. Or if you have one of those larger, like, see right here is discrepancy, but it's okay because we can work with that with our books, right? Let's see, a little bit of Maggie. Sorry, friends, I am pet friendly. I do my best to not, I mean, I'm not taking the linens and rubbing them on my dog, but you know, sometimes life happens. Anyhow, this, if you went this way with one of those large journals, like art books or, I can't think of the name of them. I'm making some. Anyways, and that would go over the edge. Isn't that beautiful? That is so pretty. Anyway, so I have that one there. I think I have a couple of these actually. 1, 2, oh, that's tissue paper. I'm like, I just threw everything in the wash. Hot OxyClean detergent, Arm & Hammer OxyClean hot wash, extra dry. So there's 2 of those, and that might be all I have of these ones. Let's put those aside. I also grabbed, there was this in there. Isn't this so pretty? So when I'm grabbing these types of linens, I am looking for a couple of things. I'm looking at them as, can I sell them in a whole? Can I sell them pieced out? What are the little secrets and little discrepancies that are happening in there? And then also, how big is this? How pretty will it look if I use it for copy dyeing my papers? And I have to tell you, with this piece right here, this is a really nice long piece. This is going to be perfect for copy dyeing because I can lay it out over several papers, covering them, and I definitely want to try that. But let's see how long this little table runner, I think that's what this is. It's a table runner or a dresser scarf. I'm learning all the words and the technical terms, proper terms, whatever. So let's go fold it in half and then in half again. And we will do a measurement of, oops, let me figure out how to use my measuring thing. Move those. So fold it in half and half. I don't think I have to do it that far. Goodness gracious. All right. So it is about 40. Well, it's probably a little bit bigger than 40, but we're going to say 40 because we're going to times that by 2. And then it's going to go to about 14. So isn't that great? It's going to cover my, oh my gosh, you guys, it's going to cover 12 by 12 papers. Yay. All right. So this, I'm going to fold up because I'm going to use this as a copy dyeing piece. That will be in my tools and supplies. Tools and supplies. I also have a few of these that are smaller. And I thought these are the ones that I would offer up when I do sales. At some point when they make it in there. I don't know. I have to get over my attachments, you know, of course. But look at these really pretty designs. Oh my gosh, those are, Oh my gosh. Those are butterflies. Are they butterflies and flowers? It's so really pretty. So this one measures, you know, about 18 by 12, 18 by 12. So it's like a little placemat size. That's really sweet. Love that. And let's see. I'm trying to see what else. I was just like digging in there. Honestly, I wish I would have realized. I wasn't sure what kind of deal I was going to get. Like I said, this was on full price day. Oh, I have another one of these long ones. I'm sorry, guys. This is going into my coffee dyeing too. I'll try one out and see how I like it for coffee dyeing. The reason why I want to be stingy with 2 of them is because when I coffee dye, I do it for days on end. Well, actually, I can do it for up to a couple of weeks. It's just Jason and I at home, so except for the summer, of course, when I have all these grandkids. So we don't really need my counter and table space except for coffee dyeing and art projects. Anyhow, so if I like the way one looks, if it comes out good, then I have 2 that I can do. I can multiply my paper dyeing and get moving on to other types of stencils and things like that. So I do have one. There you go. For the sale at this moment in time. Then there was this. These weren't super special to me in any way, except for the fact that it has a lot of openings for coffee dyeing, and I'm always thinking about that. So that's always on my mind. Always on my mind. Coffee dyeing, avocado dyeing, really any type of dyeing. I just call it all coffee dyeing, just to save on my voice, I guess, my words. So that's going to go into coffee dyeing. I think most of these, oh my gosh, you're probably like, why are you showing these to us if you're just going to use them all for coffee dyeing? I have so many linens, but I rarely come across long pieces that are already put together, like these little, with all this open space. I think I rarely do. Anyhow, this will be for coffee dye as well. Loving that. They're just so big, such beautiful lacy pieces. I don't know about you. I love a lot of stencil. I love all the stencil looks on coffee dyeing and all that type of stuff, all that jazz. But I do love the lacy looks, I think, are my favorite. Now, this one is kind of a heavier duty one. It's a placemat. I don't know. I think it would be pretty on... These are the ones where I like to cut in these squares, and I like that rough edge. I'm not a fan of these big, bulky, thick pieces. However, when you cut these, they make really cute little tabs. And because of the heavy, it's a little bit heavier. What do you use them for? Or do you use them? Or have you shied away from them because they're kind of bulky? I feel like this might be able to be cut out, this whole flower. And then I can use these little pieces for background pieces, which I love to do. So this might end up in a sale. I don't know. We'll see if anybody likes that type of look. I feel like I have quite a few of that type of stuff in my stash. So same thing. I just showed you one of these. I have another one, but it's so big and it's so gorgeous that if it works on the first one for coffee dyeing, I will keep both of them in my stash for a while. Well, and then someday they may make their way out. Here is a placemat of that same thing. So I really wish I would have just grabbed that whole basket. I honestly I don't think I would have paid any extra. I think I would have paid the same amount of money. But, you know, I just had to go with what I was doing. Here's another one like that. So I have 2 of those placemats. Those will definitely go into the sale. I just need those long pieces, I believe. Oh, a third one. Yeah, there you go. It's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. Yes, loving that design. And because I love the look of the laces on coffee dye, and I love to coffee dye, it's not the end of the world for me if I purchase all of these and they don't sell, because I will figure it out and I'll use them. Another one of these. So we have 2 of these placemats, 3 of the other one of the other one. So feel pretty good about that. Let's see what this one is. This is another long one. It's different though. But again, look at that pretty design. Oh my gosh. I'm wondering if you guys are even, yeah. You're not seeing it as great as if it was on a solid background, but I feel like you are still getting a good look at that. So all of this will not coffee dye. So I think about that too. Like, do I really want to use that? But can you imagine that on half your paper? And then, isn't that beautiful? So pretty. So, so pretty. Alrighty, there we go. I love that. So I will, again, put that over in the coffee dine. I have a session I'm planning. And then there was, oh yes, there are. I thought 2 of these. I was like, oh my gosh, was there only one? No. And there's little discrepancies, but again, this is really pretty. To cut the square out and use that, use it as a whole piece of that. It doesn't matter. I make it so pretty, but these little squares are what they are about, you know, all in all, from tip to tip, you know, if you pull them out a little bit, about 9 by 9. So it would easily go over the spine of a journal, and it's just so pretty. And then you have this nice little solid piece right here to add more stuff. Oh my gosh, just so, so pretty. And that square in itself is, it's about, how big is it? I can't see through that. There we go. Is it right inside that square? Yeah, so it's right inside this square. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. 4 by 4 or so. A couple of little secrets. That's pretty. Oh, look, another piece over here I didn't see. So, do we have 2 of these, or did I put it in the wrong spot? Goodness gracious. No, we have 2. We have 2 of these really pretty placemats. Okay, that's good to know. It's nice to have at least 2 so that when I do sell them, I have more than just 1 piece. Also, I found these fabric pieces. There was a big bin. It had a lot of fabric. I didn't want all the fabric, so I didn't want to make an offer on it, the whole thing, but this is so pretty, and there's so much of it. And even the opposite, or the underside of it, is still, I love it. I mean, like, I feel like, for me, if I was using this on the front cover, I could turn it around and use that on the back cover. Don't you? I mean, on the inside, not the back cover, but the inside, or vice versa, because I think it's so beautiful both sides. So that was, there was this one, which is this really pretty, oh my gosh, I don't know, what is this color? It's like a golden latte. I don't know, golden latte. I'll go with that. I love it. And then there's this one right here. Not as much fabric, but still just as beautiful. And enough, I believe there was enough here for me to have some and to also share. Just not as much. It's like, I don't know, half or less. But the same thing. Look at the front. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the underside. Or is this the front and this the underside? I don't even know. It's so beautiful. Same thing though. What a beautiful, I just feel like it's so sexy. Like, it's just gorgeous. Love it. So, I don't know. What do you think about that? It's just so pretty. Okay. And we'll put those over there to the side. All right. Then, I'm like, what the heck? I found this package. This was at a different estate sale. I'm positive. I think we went to 5 different sales. On the way there, we'd seen a couple, and then on the way home with the kids, poor kids. Like I said, the boys are definitely not estate sale grands. The girls were all in. They were all in. Like, they could have stayed at every estate sale longer than we even stayed at looking at things. So I found this bundle, threw this in my large pile. This is a ribbon, and it is, how many inches wide is that? That looks like it's about 3 inch. It's a 3 inch wide ribbon. So that'll be fun to play with. And there is a ton of that. Okay, this one right here. Look at all that. Look at all that. And this is how deep is this one? From the tip to the tip, it's about 5.5 inches when you include the little scallop pieces. Gorgeous. And I was just saying, like, I know I have a lot of wide lace, but I was looking for something that was like this, and I was saying to myself down here, I wish I had more. That was a dried up rubber band. It looked like something worse, but it was they must have had them all banded. Here it is. Here's another piece of that rubber band. Anyways, and I thought, I really wish I had more. I wish I had quite a bit of it, because I'd like enough for me and also to share. So, and then wishes. I don't know. Whoever's watching out for me in the thrifting world up above, thank you so much. Because I feel like every time I make a wish, I'm supplied, and I love that. But I also really believe the more you give, the more you get, in different ways in life, not just materialistic things, but apparently there's no limit on what it is. I don't know. Does that make sense? Beautiful. Love this color. This is like a really pretty taupe. Oh, Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. And even together. All right, love this. Look at that giant roll. I mean, I wonder how much is all the way there. Same, it's the same, looks like it might be, I think they're the same. This one is a crispy critter, so is that rubber band. Let's get that off. This must be starched. Is that why it's stiff like that, or is it the kind of thread? And if it's starched, can I unstarch it? Like, it's a little more stiffer than I would like. However, this I believe would work really well for coffee dyeing. Okay, I'm going to put that over at my coffee dye file. There's a ton of it though. Like even if I'm coffee dyeing, I don't know that I would need that much. We'll see. We shall see. There's this one right here. Oh my gosh, what brand was it that was here? And they're just like, oh, that's so pretty. That's beautiful. Who was it? Who was here? So it's definitely single or one-sided for the print. That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Okay, so tip to tip, it is, tip to tip, it's 3.5 inches. Isn't that pretty? Look how much of that. There's so much there, my friends, so much. This is gorgeous. I feel like I have, there's that rubber band. Like, let me just peel it off. Okay. This is just some fabric. Isn't that gorgeous? There's a ton of this here too. This is measuring about, I'm gonna go on the 8-inch, and so I'm not the most perfect cutter or tearer of fabric. So even when I'm doing it, if my stuff measures like, if it measures like 8 1/4, I'm just saying 8 inches. You're always gonna get like a little bit more, because I don't know if my tear was completely straight, which I would be very surprised if it was. So I always want to give you the lesser number, although you will end up with more. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I do it, because I need to feel like it's fair for you. I know how I would like it. It's like if somebody wasn't doing it straight, I'm like, just give me the rougher edge. I mean, on the, ooh, so pretty. Stop talking. Are these tulips? Oh, so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love this. All right, this is measuring from tip to tip about 8 inches. That is gorgeous. I love it. So I love so many things about this, because you have the design on both sides. You can cut through here if you want. I maybe sew something first, but then if you sew it and then cut it, then you're just cutting through the stitches. I guess if you sewed it through the middle, I still am new to sewing. Look how much of this there is. But if you sewed, I'm just thinking like, what if you took like some ribbon, not this ribbon, it's too thick, or is it? I don't know. And you sewed through the middle where you're going to cut, but you sewed on both sides too, so it had an edge. Is that too much sewing? I don't know enough about sewing, my friends. However, I love this, and I don't have to sew anything, because I would use it just as is, even if I cut it. Beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. And then here's a big fat satin roll. Isn't that pretty? I'm not going to use those rubber bands. I'm just going to get rid of them. Isn't that pretty? Oh, there's a hem and a hem. So that's nice, I think. I'm not really sure. I thought maybe it was wire, but it's not. Let's see how deep this one is. And that's a nice, ooh, that's nice. It's not quite 7. It's like 6 3/4 is what it looks to be. So yeah, 6 3/4, but that's nice. That is so pretty. So same thing, like I have really pretty satin. I can cut and stitch and make ties with it, or bows, whatever, I don't know, or just get rid of it because it's a lot of work. This is pretty, just some little ribbon scraps. So I have all that. Let me get rid of this bag for now. Well, I'm gonna get rid of this thing. Does anybody still use these in their craft rooms, or are you ditching them? I still have them, because I'm like, someday I'm gonna want to use something like this for something, and I'm gonna have tossed them all. So I've been saving them, but I'm saving way too many things. I'm gonna stick these all back in here for just a moment. I think I'm gonna add these ribbons in here for now. Just so they're not rolling all over my desk. All right, let's see what's next. Okay. All right, I'm bringing up a big bag. First of all, I got this another bag, which I need to quit buying bags, but when I'm shopping at the estate sales, it's not like they have shopping carts, but trust me, I need like I don't need a shopping cart. I need like to pull like a wagon or a trailer or something. But there's no room to do that either. So I grab bags that they're selling and I fill them up if I don't go in with my own bags. So let's pull out some things out of this bag. Let's see how many things can we get out of this bag to show. Let's see, they've got some fabric things, some lights. And then I'm just going to pull things out, friends. And then we'll look at these, because I was just shoving things in here. This is one of the estate sales. This one, I know for sure for this bag. Abel was in there with me, and he was like, I had some other things. Well, he likes to shop, so he bought himself a camo vest, like he could go fishing or hunting with. And then he found a veteran's cap that he wanted, and then he found a really big backpack, a really nice one that's got lots of pockets. Now you remember he is 7 and he is choosing grown man stuff, so he looks so cute walking around with his vest on. And he's got the backpack. He had to pick between the backpack and the hat, so he chose the backpack. Anyhow, as we're at the thing and I'm trying to get paid for it, I'm trying to organize everything, he says, Bella, here, you can use my backpack if you want. You could put some of your stuff in there. I was like, okay. So I stuffed a bunch of paper things in his backpack. It was so cute. I don't have it here for show. Okay, so now these, I'm going to take them out. I had a few of these. And I think they had prices. Here they had a lot of prices on half the stuff and not on half the stuff. Half the place they said was 50% off, and then when you walked from another place, I guess it wasn't 50%. It was confusing. So I just did one of my tactics on purchasing, and I just bulked everything up, put it on the table, and offered my price. And it was accepted, and I was happy with it. I kind of figured out what I was going to spend. I knew how much I would spend. I knew my top dollar. I knew what I would like to offer. I knew my top, where I'd go. And if they didn't want to accept my offer, what I would take off. Like, I try to figure that out. So these are battery operated. Oh, and the batteries still work. So I'm probably not going to use them like that. When I seen these, I was thinking, like, if I just took these apart, the wire goes in there. That's a light fixture. But I was wondering, like, could I figure out a way to make it like a little bead or an add-on thing? If not, that's fine. It wasn't, I mean, like, it was bulked in my stuff. But those are sunflowers, so that's really lovely. I have a few of those. Let's get those done first. I have so much stuff in this cell. So much. So I also found these ones, which are acorns, and you know who I'm thinking about when I found these, right? These are acorns. It's an acorn light. Okay, friends, you tell me who you're thinking of when you see acorns, and who do you think needs to have this in their life? Okay, where's my little switch? Oops. Oh, so you have 2 switches? Oh, I wonder if one's like a timer. I don't know. But anyways, the batteries work, so there's that. So I have acorns and sunflowers, and then this is the first one that I seen. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get those because they're metal, but there's a ring in there that holds the light in there. I don't know if I can pull this out without destroying it. But there's a ring right there too. And I thought, plus it has all these little holes and it has that right there. I think these would be so cute on like on charms, if not used as a thing like this. But I think they look cute hanging off of charms. These batteries are dead, but not to worry because these ones are not dead. So let's see what they look like. I got to know right now. Come on, Duracell, get out. And we'll take this one out. So these must have been very well loved if they're dead and the other ones aren't. Or maybe the light was left on. We don't know. I don't know because I wasn't there until, they were for sale. What the heck? Okay. Maybe, I don't know how to get that. Oh, okay. Be smarter. Nothing. Okay. And make sure I go in the right way. Oh, there they are. So, I mean, I don't know. I think they're cute. They're probably in the dark. You could probably see it better in the light. I don't know how much that is showing on there. Does that work? Does that help? I don't know. But anyways, there you go. There's that. So, I'm just going to put those 2 dead batteries in the garbage. And then I'm going to put this back on here, I think. Just don't want to lose it. Goodness gracious. Am I going backwards? That is a possibility. Maybe I shall do this later. I think this was the right way, though. I think that slips right into there. That slips into that little notch. But these go in here. So back down here. This isn't fun to put together. Now I know why. The batteries probably weren't changed. They were like, no, we're out. Okay. This is going to go back into that bag because I don't want to lose the thing. But I'll just throw them all in here. Like that. Okay. All right. That show's over. Now let's move on to this. So, oh, Jiminy Christmas, another piece. Sealed the bag. Now, there is this piece of fabric that was in there. And I love, so it's really satiny. But these, I love tearing this up for the strips. For ties. So this may end up in there. I don't know if anybody would even want this as a whole piece. How big is it? Let's see. Let's see. So double that. Fold it in half and then fold it in half again. So that's 10. So that'd be 40, right? And then we have the long, this piece, the long piece right here is, I can just use this thing here. This is by, so I have it just slightly over that, where that 1 inch thing is, and see how it goes slightly over the 18. So because I don't know where the tear is, I just say 18. So it's probably, if I pulled it all the way over from where I folded it and then all the way over, it's getting like 18 3/4, but I'm gonna, when I label it, I'm gonna call it 18. So that's why I do a lot of things. That's why I say ish a lot because I don't really know. And I want you to, I would rather you have a little bit more than a little bit less every single time. So that's really pretty. Let's see what's inside this bag. Look at it, it said 25 cents. That's not what I paid for it. I mean, it could be. I like I said, I just bulk these things up. But isn't that so pretty? I love that. And I love it when I get really good deals and I get many items, because now I have things that I can sell for good prices. I can keep one. I can make my money back and make a little bit of a profit, which is always ideal. That is ideal. That is what I'm after. And then, but look at this. So cute. This one, oh, this is a double. So like, I could have one if I wanted. I could sell one if I wanted. I could use one as a giveaway. I mean, I have options. That's all I'm saying. I have options, and it's so pretty. Is it all hand stitched? Oh, it does look like it's hand done as well. That's really pretty. Very, very beautiful. All right, put that up there with the other stash. Let me fold it this way so I see that. And then here's a bag of just scraps. So fabric scraps. Gosh dang it. Let me get this open. I'm not sure if I would do anything here. So this is, it feels like it's felt stuff. It was just, you know what, I seen scraps, fabric scraps, and I just threw it in there. But it's all like a, not felt, like flannelly. So nothing wrong with that. I just don't work with it. So I'm going to put this all back in there. And then see if anybody else wants it. I'm going to leave it as is. The only thing I'll do to this is I will probably straighten it up so it's not such a bulky piece and takes up so much shipping room. I don't know if anybody would even want that, but oh look, it's already priced for me. That's probably exactly what I would do. I would just do it fabric scraps 50 cents because I'm not going to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. And then if it doesn't go, I have a friend who works with a lot of fabric in town, and she makes things, and she does a lot of donating with stuff that she makes, all kinds of things. So I just put it in there for her. I also have my friends, don't worry. I also have a box here for Jamie. She's local. She's in my town. My friend Jamie, our friend Jamie, sorry. She's just mine. You can't have her. I also have a thing, an ongoing package for her of stuff that I'm putting to the side because there's no shipping or anything like that. And I'm just going to get rid of it, you know. We've been doing that for years. This is really pretty. This is a nice big piece. It looks like it may be torn. No, not torn. But if I cut it, oh, here it is. It's been cut. So there's pieces here. What's that? Oh, that's like that fusing stuff. I've never done that. Oh, I wish that was still on there now. But anyways, there's that beautiful piece. So pretty. So pretty. If you like deep, dark colors and fall type tones, that's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, super. And then here's a lighter version. Wouldn't that be pretty on the inside for like tags and things, pockets? Just a small piece. Oh, so pretty. Okay, that, I don't think this one's going to end up in the sales. There's just a small piece, my friends. So that's going to go into a Sandra stack. I'll take a piece of that, and then I'll put whatever. I mean, I don't need that much of it, so I'll take a piece, and then a piece of it goes into the sales. All right, always grab these because I like putting things on these, like when I was doing the ribbon things. It's just easy and cute and fun. I can use them as giveaways. I can use them as small item purchases. You know, a cute little clip with some threads and stuff on there for, you know, like $1.50 and things like that. Just some small priced items. Love that. So I got that. Always pick those types of things up. There was also a couple of these little packs. Let's see, what else is in here? So I think what happened is these people were having a yard sale, because this is an estate sale. And it looks like they were having a yard sale by the way a lot of the things were tagged. Because I've been to lots of estate sales, and I've never seen them, like, priced the way these were. Does that make sense? So all these Sharpie pens, yes, I like Sharpie. And they're gel pens. They're 75 cents each. They are what are they? A point, they should tell you. Oh, 0.07, which is a nice pen. See how new is this? Okay. Oh, it's new. It hasn't even, I got to get it going. Go. So, Sharpie pens. Oh, loving them. Loving, yes. Okay, so 75 cents. I'm going to keep that. Goes into my office stash. I'm going to stick that over there. This, I don't know what this was. I just seen this and I was like, it's in this weird sleeve. Oops. It says Kodak. OMG. I know exactly what I'm doing with this. This is vintage, and it is going into a specific journal that nobody believes I'll ever finish. But I will. Okay, I'm not going to use this, but I'm going to put it back in here for safekeeping, so I don't want it to get wrecked. This is, be sure your film is Kodak NC film. I don't see any kind of a date on here, but it's like a little envelope. Isn't that so cute? Okay, I'm going to make a pocket or something with that. There we go. Oh, gosh, and she's holding an old-style camera, like a self-portrait. Hint, hint. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? And I know where that's going. All right. Anyway, so notepad. Let's get rid of that one. Mom's notes. I might just keep these in my stash to use. I don't know. I like that one. Oh, a little bit of sticky note. That goes in my sticky note pile. Another one of these St. Jude tablets, but paper, but it's got these cute little floral faces on there. That's cute. This is a Hobo, I don't know, Life and Book, Techo 2025. Let's see I gotta see what's going on here. If you've seen these, you're probably like, oh, you know what they look like, but if you've never seen them, then you will know now, because I have never seen them either. I want to see. 2025. I like the cover. It's hard. That right there is ooh, I like the front of that. This is nice. Okay, a little bit too small for me to keep track of. I don't have any idea what's happening in there. I like the papers. I feel like for me, I would gut this. I would gut it, and I would just use these papers in scrap paper packs that I have still. I'm in the process of ripping things up. Oh, goodness gracious, cute. Cute little, is that a sticker? A little sticker and a little sleeve of some sort. I'm not sure what that is. Anyhow, but I like this. I can make my own little booklet. Maybe put like a stretchy thing in there and keep that around. Because I am still old school, and I do like a hard paper or a hard booklet to keep track of things. Maybe I will stick that back in here, though, since it is technically brand new for the year of 2025, which is, you know, we're more than halfway over. And we have this little booklet that was in there. I was just reaching in this thing. It had a lot of paper, and I was like counting it. I'm like digging, and I have 3 grandsons behind me and a husband, and I'm just like both ways. I'm like handing it back. Take this, take this, take this, take this. And I was just staying in there. It looks like there's like, I can't tell if that was like if there's like it feels like there's a little bit of water damage right there. But it could just be the way it's doing. Oh no, it was just bent. Sydney, you bent it. Oh, she took all of her papers out. Good. All right, I have to say, normally estate sales, they don't bother me at all. There was one estate sale that we went to that was just a little unnerving. I've never experienced this before. So it gives me a new look on some of the estate sales. So more doilies, paper doilies. Look at these. Aren't they so pretty? I have so many. I have them in my stash. I love the picture right there. But there must have been, it just felt weird to be there. I ended up purchasing a few small things. It was very high priced, so I'm thinking it was definitely tragedy. I think these holes might go all the way through. This might be a nice print on paper. But it was like the house. It was children's bedrooms, adult bedrooms. It wasn't like let me just say, normally an estate sale that I go to is you can tell that it was an elderly person, that maybe they moved to a nursing facility or they left the planet. There's different things. These are just little wood squares. I got those. Anyhow. Oh, more little sticky pads. That goes over there. But this one wasn't like that, friends. It was very different. It was like the people, it was like they were there one day and then they just walked out. Like there was everything there. Everything. It was horror. It was just the energy. I can't explain the energy. Like I wanted to cry the whole time I was there. It was the most weirdest feeling. So I just bought a few things, knowing, when you see it like that, my guess is that the money was definitely needed. And so I did make some purchases. Like I said, everything was expensive, but I feel good that I did my part on helping. I bought a few things and, they won't be for sale. They're just for me. It was just one of those things. Anyways, moving on. I got a bunch more. There was a bunch of papers in this bin, and I was just sifting through them. Our card, normally we'll just like grab the whole bin and we'll make an offer, but that does lead to a lot of extra work. One way or the other, there's going to be work. I'm either going to dig through it there, and my hands are going to be exhausted in pain, in a lot of pain, or I'm going to dig through it at home, and I have to pack at home. Then I have to go through it and get rid of stuff. There's always going to be work to be done. But this time there was kids in luggage, and we didn't have the car top carrier this time. So I had to sift through. So I was just grabbing things and handing them out. These are cute labels. Look at them. They're called geographics. So customize your stationery. So I was just grabbing everything out and just grabbing it and just handing it back to them, and they were putting them in the bags or in their arms. They were just hanging on to stuff. This is a Needlecraft magazine, which I love these. I love all the old images, so I always check to see, so as long as they're within the 70s. I don't think I've ever bought, I don't know, I like the 70s and older. I like all the stuff in there, so I got that. Then there's this one. It just says hi there. It's got a typewriter on there. Is this cardstock or stationery? Let's feel. It said the grams, but I don't know what the grams are. I don't know what grams mean. Oh, it's stationery. Nice. But it does say 89 grams, medium. So there's that. There's this one right here. This is 25 sheets. It is 90 gram, but look at, isn't that pretty? And it's a holiday one. Here's some holiday labels. Oh, here's some more of that holiday paper right there. This is also labels, Christmas time. This was a different sale. This wasn't the sale that I went to. The one that I was talking about earlier, the sad one, was, gosh, it was just so sad. This is more holiday. This is really pretty. Ooh, this is going to be beautiful coffee dyed. There's 80 papers in here, so there's plenty to leave plain and do a lot of dyeing on there. What about if I do like a light green? Sometimes I'm nervous about doing the greens because you just never know what shade you're gonna get. What if it's a shade I don't like? Oh, I know what you do. You just then put it through coffee or tea. I'm a coffee dyer, not a tea dyer. Not to say I never will be. I don't know what this is. This is, okay, these are the incredible photo transfers that we had when we had our copier. You must use a copier that has a lot more heat than normal. They cannot be set with irons. They sold for $3 a sheet, and the entire pack is valued over $150 and is yours today for only $5. Now, I don't know if that was meant for this sale. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I didn't pay a specific price. I bulked it, and I'm like, this is what I'm offering. It's got a grit. That's going to be fun to play with, but it's a sticker, I think. Yeah, it's a sticker. Mirror image. Okay. Anybody who has ever played with this type of stuff, please let me know. Let's take one out. It's called mirror image. Is it an iron-on transfer? No, it's not a transfer because it shows an iron, doesn't it? Or is that a heat printer? I don't know. It's an iron. I don't know. Okay. I'll just leave that one out. I'm not going to try and get that back in that bag. There's this little notebook. I like the feel of it. It has that like little velour. I like the, oh, that's right. I liked all these pages. Aren't those cool? So much fun. Does anybody ever play those games where you put the line, and you have to go around? X's and O's. Is that what it is? I don't remember. But anyways, love that. Got this for me, I think. I don't know. I get a lot of stuff for me, and then I'm like, I only have so much room. Here's a Bow Bunny pad of paper here. It says there's 36 pages of botanical journal. It feels like they may all be in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, is it like, are they all different? I was thinking maybe there's like doubled. Yeah, it's doubled. So, oh, this is beautiful. Sandra stash. Okay, put that over there. This over there too. So sorry. So sorry, you guys. I'm so stingy. I have, so whenever I find black paper, especially if it's cardstock, I get it. Now this one, I wasn't sure. Is this full? Sometimes you get it and it's like black all the way through, and sometimes it's called Eclipse Black, Astro Bright. Does it tell me? I don't know. So what I'm looking for is when I take this out and I tear it. Yes, see, it's black all the way through. Love that. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. That may need to be incorporated into Halloween, but that's technically what I buy it for. But it's also really pretty to mat on the back of other things. Love the torn look. That's gorgeous. I'm just going to leave it here in the paper stash for a minute. What's this one? Oh, let's see. Just what I needed. More envelopes. This is, oh, it's a confetti design. So that's pretty. These actually are really nice copy dyed also. Let's just open it up and see what's happening. Looks like there's more in here than meets the eye. So we have the envelopes, and they're nice long size. Oh, these are stickers. Oh, I do not believe this is stationery. It is just envelopes, which is fine with me. I like them. They're a nice size. What size are they? Let's see. We have a ruler right here. They are 9.5 by 4 1/4-ish. Somewhere in that vicinity. These are going to be really pretty copy dyed. Let me just take them out of here. I'm not going to use this. This will just go into something to look. I've got nice chipboard card. Oh, wait. Is there stuff in there? Oh, my gosh. I can't get this. Oh, it says number 10 envelopes and labels for laser printers. Okay. Goodness gracious. Pull it together, lady. And put those up there as well. And that can go on top of there. There we go. I'm not done. Let's see. We have, okay. Oh, look at, a couple of postcards. Can't stand it no more. Eventually, the musicians union put an end to the practice of employing canines as music stands. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they really did that? Oh. A flood. No need, no darn plumber. It wasn't till the water reached the second story that Martin admitted his plumbing skills were a bit rusty. Oh, maybe these are supposed to be funny. Okay, I can do it now. I was like, what the heck? Printed in the good old USA on recycled paper, vintage images. Okay, these are fun. These are super fun. Cute. All right, don't want them to get wrecked. What's in here? Resume writing. Ooh, it's pretty paper. It's cream. Oh, I love printing digitals and stuff on this cream paper. Anybody else? Oh my gosh, so pretty. It also really takes nice, so far in my, well, everything. I love all paper copy dyed, so that's going to be fun to play with in copy dyed. This is a Magic of Floral Painting. Ooh. Oh my gosh, beautiful. This is a glossy. That other one was a matte. And then color. Oh my goodness gracious. That's glossy. Was that one matte? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I thought it was. No, it's matte. It is matte. And then there's glossy and there's color gloss. Doesn't look like there's any more mattes in here, but that's fine. Oh, that's so pretty. If you were a flower, what color would you be and what flower would you be? I would constantly have to die off and come back as a new flower because I seriously couldn't decide what flower I would want to be or what color I'd want to be. All right, next is, I have this bag here. I just dropped a bunch of stuff. Then I have these things here. All right, here we go. So this little bag of stuff was in here. Oh, I hear footprints, lots of little kid prints, I think. So I have all these little appliques. There's a little kitty, a flower, a parrot, a butterfly, some grapes, numero uno. We have a little chicklet, and we have the eagle, oh, and the heart. Ooh, a pretty flower. Oh, are these little these are dragonflies and butterflies. Oh gosh, why do I do this to myself? Let me take all the little tiny pieces out. Oh, these are cute. Okay, just might as well finish the job there. And this and this, and then I found. Oh, let me take these ones out too. Why not? This is a cute. This is a fun little find. Like this is like little tiny treasures. So I've got some pretty flowers right there, and they're really flat. I like that too. They have a shiny thing. I think they might be like an iron-on type thing. Some heavy walkers. All right, and then I've got some little labels here, which I don't think I'm gonna get rid of that stuff in this little plastic bag. I'm gonna put all of these little doodads in here, in this baggie for right now. Keep them together. Oops. And then there were several of these. These may have showed up on a quick scan of books. So on this journey, I also bought over 100 books. So these are iron-on designs. So stars, a dragonfly, a star, 2 teddy bears, and a butterfly. Also, there were these things, and I don't know what these are. So there's a sticking thing right there. So I'm guessing it goes around something and it holds something. So anyways, I don't know what they are. 1972, here is Jolly Good Wishes, Santa. This one is the, for the king, 1969. It's a wrap of some sort. I'm not sure what is everything upside down? This one is Christmas presents. Oh my gosh, when I seen this really fast, I was like, it looked like a beer can. I'm like, I don't know if anybody's gonna want a beer can, but oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh my gosh, goodness gracious. So sorry, guys. getting a little wild here. Ho, ho, ho. 1977. I do want to see what year that was, though. No, I don't. I don't really care. I'm just gonna leave it. Santa Claus is coming to town. It's cute because they have the dates right there. I think that says, I don't know. I can't see that far. I don't have my glasses in here, I don't think. Jingle Bells. This one, 1977, Sacramento, California. Humbug. I can't see the date on that one. 1978, P.S. I Love You. So cute. Has anybody ever seen these before? I've never seen these. What do you, I mean, like, even if it's wrapping, what do you use them for? Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, tennis, wine, painting, and the spades. I'm done. Oh, I love this. This is like really artful. This is fun. Okay, fun. Some sporting. What's the year on that one? I can't see that one either. I think this is 1967. Beware, inside this can sits or stands a gift for you. Okay, guess what? Eyeballs on there. The top secret. Do not agitate. Open in secrecy. I like that. Okay. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. 1977. Oh, there's me. There's mine right here. Beware. Oh, except for I don't like that says what. So like spooky, kooky, creepy is fun, but I don't like what says, who knows what evil lurks inside this can. So I would probably just take that word out. Who knows what lurks inside this can? Maybe I'd put like a little arty thing on there. Something, maybe a sticker. I don't know, something fun. But I would definitely cross that word off because there's no need for it. Not in my crafting area. Nope. What an uncannily idea. What? This is cute. 1977. Okay, what are these? Have you seen them before? I don't know what to do with them. I'm gonna put them up there. And then there were these window clings. And then I also have packaging. Okay, so these are window clings, but I know that you can use them for other things, and I am pretty sure. I think I just seen Joanne's video recently, to me recording this video, not to you watching this video haul, but I'm pretty sure Joanne at Junk Journal Joanne showed a thing. I don't know if she showed where she actually used them or she talked about it, but it was about the window. I think the decals, so you can do them. Maybe it was wall decals, but you can decoupage them. I don't know. Can you do it on these ones too? Oh, I don't want to really pull that up and open because it hasn't been pulled out. I'm trying to see if there's a date on here. They are copyright. So it says, warning, please keep all plastic away. Item number 432. Is it on the back? I don't see anything on the back. Oh, here's one with a little thing here. Christmas classics. If there's something on the top here, it just tells you all the stuff. Oh my gosh, my stomach growled so loud. You had to have heard that. I don't know. I don't see a date. So, but they're nice. I mean, I thought when I pulled them out, normally when I find these, they've already been used. They kind of don't want to stick on there, but these are really in nice condition. So there's that one, and then there's a second one here. So I'll put those back in a little bit. And then we have this right here. So let's see. These are cookbooks. So I feel like there's so many cookbooks out there in our world of junk journaling. I want to just, let's move this stuff out of the way. All right, that took a minute. So let me see. So I was saying, I don't know if I cut it off or not, that I feel like there's a lot of cookbooks in our junk journaling world. So I try to be kind of picky when I'm choosing them. So I'm looking at them in different ways, like would somebody like it as a whole, or if not, so because sometimes, they don't sell on the sales, and that's fine. But I need to have like a plan B, sometimes a plan C. So my plan could be plan A or B, since I have two of these, where I love the pages in here. I love that they were this size, which they are, 8.5 by 5, what is that, about 5.5. So it's a really good size. I can still cut it down if I wanted to a little bit or not, but I can add these as pages to decorate in my journals, or you could. But if I took them apart, if I snipped these right here, I would have these cute little holes up there. And then I have these really pretty pages, and the paper is, it's got a little bit of substance to it, so it's not super thin or anything like that. It has some weight, and it has cute images on some of them. It's got like these tops and bottoms right there. But anyhow, this is what I liked about it. So I thought plan A, plan B, plan C. So sell as a whole, piece it out, copy dye things, make pockets. It's just, there's options. Plus these covers have a nice hard card right here, so you can reuse this as well. So there was two of these. Are they the same? This is Boise, Idaho. 100 recipes. It's the YWCA, and I think they might be the same. But anyhow, so I put those two in my stack. And then there were these two as well. These are both obviously very different. So Whitney Community Methodist Church, Sagebrush Hustlers. This is Notice, Idaho, and Boise, Idaho. So we were not in Idaho for the sales. We were in Spokane, but we were close to the Idaho border. So I'm sure whoever was there, people cross back and forth on border when they live close to borders. The same thing here, though, is that the papers were a nice size. There was nothing like spectacular about it, except there's a few cute images in here. See, like so cute. That's me. This is me. This has been me since I've had grandkids. My belly's pooched out more. I have this look of like, why did I eat the entire jar of cookies or the bag? Because, friends, I am a cookie monster for sure. I cannot control myself. 6 by 9.5. So there's that one. And then this one right here. I'm guessing it was like the same company because it's got the same look. Just 2 different books. So super cute. Bought those. Same thing. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C for cookbooks. I honestly think these are more cuter, like in paper pack bundles for like journal kits. I'm trying really hard to buy lots of things so that I can really pack my bundles in good for a really good price. And I want to have different price packages. I want to have different types of packages. Like, I know for me, sometimes I want a big bundle, like 100 pieces, but sometimes I want many packs, and I don't really want them all to be 100 pieces because that's a lot of stuff that I have to pack away. So I think along different lines. So I want to have options available, not just for me, but for you. And if I have my packs already ready, maybe I'll start getting my journals together faster, because I'll have all these packs. I can just go grab a pack. I can shop from my own stash. Like when I had my storefront, when I needed a new candle, I already had them in inventory. I had the, somebody was already writing their music notes. So got this one. I already have them in the packs. The candles. I would just go shop from my own inventory, grab out what I want off the shelf. I had my friends and family discount because I still had to make a purchase, because I'm still paying taxes on all that stuff back, Anyhow, whatever. So if I had packs of stuff ready, I might be able to work with that. I don't know. Certificate of promotion. This is a cute page right there. Another music book. I have tons of music, but all music is not created equal. There's so many different things, and depending on what it is, if it has words, if it has the symbols, if it has, or whatever it's called, and the images, and then this outside right here, which so cute. Love that page. Love this one. Same thing. Look at all that. Like it's just different. It's so pretty. So pretty. Got that one. And I've got this one right here. Oh, cute. Loving this. So I grabbed all of these. This is, I know for a fact, I know where I got these ones. This was one of the sales. It was the first day of the sale. Everything was full price. And they were wanting to charge me $4 per book on hardcover books. Friends, I bought 100 books there. And I did not pay that price. That is one of those instances I was talking about earlier where I made sure I knew what I wanted to get. We actually happened to be there at the end of the day, so that probably was helpful. It wasn't planned on our part, but they were, like, well, we can do, if you want to buy a lot, we can do 25% off. I'm like, I said, I told them I appreciate that. I said, I would need a much deeper discount for what my plans are on the way I'm going to use these and resell, and also the amount that I would be purchasing. She goes, well, what are you thinking? What are you interested in? And I said, I would like this whole shelf, this whole shelf, this whole shelf, that whole stack, that stack, that stack, that entire cabinet over there. I want this. I'd like to start there. What would you go? What kind of deal would you give me? So she said, she was giving me all these dollar amounts. I'm sitting there with my calculator in front of her. I'm like sitting on the chair. Jason's standing there waiting. I'm doing math, and then she's trying to figure it out. So she sees what I'm doing, and she realizes I'm not a collector. I told her I'm not buying them as a collector. I'm buying it as a reseller in a crafting world. So although you might be looking, and I told her, I said, I realized, because she had brought it up about collectors on some of this stuff. And I said, I'm not a collector, and I do not sell to collectors. I sell to a crafting community. So who may have some collectors in there, but that was not my niche. Anyways, moving on. This is going to be a long haul video. I don't think I even have everything in my room, but I have most of it. So I'm just going to keep going. There was this big bin at another sale. And so it goes, my friends. Look at that. Here. So on that sale where I got all the books, over 100 books. These are work baskets, and I didn't look at the dates of any of them. I just was like, whatever. This was a different sale. And I said, I know they were going to give me a big deal. So I said, I'll take this whole stack. And she goes, well, I don't know if the basket's for sale. And I go, that's fine. I'll take it out of the basket. And there's the other lady there. She's like, no, we don't want the basket. We want to get rid of all this stuff. I was like, sold. So I just got all these work baskets. Now, this is 1986, so there's some 80s in here. I think all the other ones that I have are more older, and I believe there may be some that are older in here, but there's just a ton of them in here. So 1990, which, let's see, on the newer ones, what's in there? They're still really good font. It's just not as old school as the other ones, but still good to play with. These make great giveaways, little add-on things. This is what's the date on this? I'm gonna have them all mixed up, and then you know what I'll do is I'll organize these again by the date like I did the other ones. Ooh, I like that. What's the year though? This is shiny. This is copyright 1971. Okay, I do like the 70s too. Ooh, look at those images. Anyways, so I don't know how many are in here. There's a lot. But on that sale, that one estate sale, I'm sorry, I'm like bouncing all over the place in my storytelling. They had, what do you call them? I'm going to bring them out and show you in a second because I have some in here. I can't think what they're called right now. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, they are called the, like the Simplicity, you know, the sewing patterns, that's what they are. Anyhow, when I was walking into that sale where everything was really expensive and they wanted $4 a book, I think it was $4 for hardbacks and $3 for soft covers. I was like, stop it. You have got to be kidding me. Anyways, I ended up buying a lot of books. Like I said, I got a really good deal. She worked with me. She wanted to get rid of stuff. Plus, books are hard. Like, they're heavy and they're always on another level. So I had to pack them, all these books, down a level, and then I had to get them outside the house and out to my car, which was parked down the road. Oh my gosh. So anyways, and we did it without help. I mean, they probably were like, girl, we just gave you a good discount. We are not helping you pack those books out. But anyways, so I seen these Simplicity patterns, and there was a thing. It said 25 cents each. So I'm guessing that somebody was having a yard sale at one point, and that's what they were selling them for. So I went through them, and I picked out all the old ones with all the cool ladies on them. And I had a giant stack, and I probably had, I don't know, like $8 worth of, or $10. I had a lot. So I had a lot of, like, I'll pay 25 cents a piece. So I got those and I had them, and I said, okay, and then I want to add these two. I believe these were 25 cents each. And she goes, no, those are $6 each. I'm like, well, what? Seriously, friends, $6 a pattern, $6 for an old pattern that you're never going to sew again. I was like, what the heck? I handed them to her, and I go, I don't want them. Like, she can go put them away. But I was out. $6 a pattern? Has anybody ever come across that before? The most I've ever paid for one, because I absolutely had to have it, was $2.50 for the pattern. But generally you can get them pretty cheap most places. But $6? Stop it. Somebody did not know what they were doing. All right, so this is one of those games. Jason already took it apart for me. You know, where everything, like, it slides back and forth. So he got these. I got this really cheap somewhere, and then he put them in a bag. Oh, and he took it apart. There's all these, like, little plastic rings. And he was getting ready to throw them away. I was like, no, every part counts. Every part counts. So I was like, this is a total score because all the holes are, I don't have to drill any holes. They're done. I don't think I have to drill holes. Anyway, he still hasn't brought me in the drill press. He might have as the time that you see this video, but he hasn't yet. So I got that. There was this paper roll, and they had $1 on it, but it was actually in a bulk sale. It's butcher, I think it's like a butcher paper or some kind of craft paper. It's shiny. It's like the waxy. It's really waxy, actually. I just peeled the wax. It's waxy on one side and flat on the other, and there's a lot on this roll, so got that. Oh my gosh, is that gonna fit over there? And then this one, so I love these. These are, you know, your kitchen shelf things. But look, it's one of those ones that it pulls out and it gets longer. So I use these to put, which I'm sure a lot of my friends do, their inks, their paints, and all different things on your shelf space. So got that. I found this one spool of thread. So on my sewing machine, I just use regular thread and I put it on the thing. I know it's cheaper and more cost effective and this is a nice thick thread, to use these bobbin things. I don't know how to do it, and I think I have to buy a bobbin holder, like a stand, to put it on to use in my sewing machine. But I figured this one was there. It's a pretty color. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to work it on my sewing machine. I'll accept any pro tips I can get, please. Pro tips, welcome. Always welcome on everything. There were these 2 boxes of wooden dominoes. So this says they're wood. Oh yeah, they are wood. Oh, look at the pretty picture on the back. So I like these. I got the wooden dominoes, and then I'm gonna tell, like, I'll take them up there. I'm like, I have to drill holes in all of these. Can you show me how to do it? And then when Jason shows me, he's a take charge kind of person. He'll probably be like drilling all the holes. So I'm gonna let him if he wants to, just because he knows what he's doing. However, I'm going to watch and learn. Oh, there's 2 different sizes. 99, 66. Okay. I don't know what that means, but I got dominoes. Got the dominoes. Found this little pack of little coin envelopes. So snatched that up. There is a little deck of, oh, these are tally cards. So I got those. I'm just going to leave them in there. Found some children's cards. And I like these. And they were marked each $1. I did not pay $1 for them because, like I said, it's always grouped. You guys are probably tired of hearing me say that. But just in case anybody just pops in and out, they know. One side's shiny, one side's flat. Nope. Are they both shiny? Yeah, one side's flat. Yeah, flat and shiny. Okay, so I have those ones. That box is ripped. This one right here. And this is a full deck in there. Put that there like that. I can put those back in there later. And then these were fun. I'm sure these are not old. I mean, well, I don't really know. But I think they're kind of cool. These ones are Hangman, which what a kind of a psychotic game for kids, huh? Hangman, you're dead. Oh, look, it has some kids writing on there. That's so cute. Okay, so I got a few that are used. Loving that for the Hangman. And then this is license plate. I thought they were cute. And then, so I guess these must be car ride games on the go. Yep, games on the go. Dang it. And we have these in the car. I should have popped these out. The kids would have liked this a lot better to play. Although when you're traveling on highways instead of freeways, you don't see as many. So they're generally, the kids are usually mostly playing that slug bug or yellow car thing where they're always hitting each other because that's fun. Fun for them, not for me. This is a pack of holiday cards. This is, ooh. I got these because I like the gold envelopes. I like these gold envelopes. I like the size. I think they're fun. They're going to be pretty to play with. It's flat, too. It's not shiny. It's not, like, slick. And then the cards are pretty. Oh, the inside's pretty, too. I like that. So, I have those. And I'll just set that in. I'm just going to let this go because it's going to hurt me. And then I got this. I actually paid a little extra for this. This isn't something I would normally buy. I don't have a DVD player, but I do have a friend who loves this. Guess who she is? So that's what this is for. This is just something, I just seen it, had to get it, and it's going, I have a special thing. I have a special note that's going with this, but yeah, I thought, I don't know, maybe she could use the cover, and then maybe she could use the inside, and then she might even want to keep the DVD. I don't know, but, oh, but if there's a picture on it, can you get that off? I don't know. Anyways, leaving that alone. So, there's that. Then I have this box right here. So this was all just in a tote, like a little plastic tote. And this has got those Simplicity and other types of, what do you call it? Patterns, fabric patterns. Goodness gracious, cannot get my words out. Anyhow, friends, I like to use the fabric pattern part for shipping and collaging and things like that. Mostly shipping stuff, because I have so much other collaging things to work with. So I have a whole bunch that are empty because I've emptied them out. And so I was thinking about just selling the empty envelopes. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that. I could just, you know, put envelopes together and it would be, you know, as is, because I have a ton of them. Like I have a ton. Let me show you. So my giant envelope, this is the one, this is my giant pattern paper envelope. I've been packing them in here because obviously I know what's in there then, for me, obviously. And I've already gutted them because I have it in my packing stuff. And I was just thinking, you know, I could maybe, I don't know if anyone's interested, but they're just empty. But look at all these sewing patterns. They're super cute. Some of them have writing and stamping on them, but there's a lot of usable pieces in them. And I thought maybe I could do, you know, I could sell these. I can just, sorry about that. My camera shut down on me, or my phone did. So I was saying these would probably just be like a random pick. Maybe like, I don't know, three for $1. And it would just be, I would make sure that you had really nice patterns inside there. Nothing like that was new or not fun. You would have to have something that's fun to cut out and play with. And so like this one wasn't so great, but these two were cute. I like that. When there's a baby image, like there's a baby, but I like these. So if it was just this piece right here, it wouldn't be in the stack. This is I like this one because it also has these gals here. So things like that. This one made it into this stack because of her right there. Does that make sense? So I probably, I don't know, like 3 or 4 for $1. Something like this is just, for me, I don't know if anyone's interested. However, these kind of sales on things like this helps me to put funds towards my shipping material cost. So I do try to recycle as much as possible, but there is a shipping, there is a materials cost. You know, there's the tape, you know, there's, what is there, tape, the plastic sleeves. There's a lot of different things. No matter how much I try to recycle, there's going to be cost involved. So any place where I can add a little extra value to you and at a good price and add a little extra, I guess, not value, but I can't think of the word, something to help to absorb that cost a little bit. And that will also in turn help me keep prices really low. So, but if nobody wants them, there's still a use for them. I can figure that out. So no worries there. Anyhow, my friends, I think that's all I have for you today. Because the rest of the haul is going to be a little bit longer and this video is already quite long. So this will be a 2-part haul video. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite things are if you can. I don't know. There's so many favorite things. Like, what are you going to do? Answer all the questions. I think I asked like 500 million questions in every video. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed all your moments and I will see you on the next video. Bye.